BTS does Latin pop bangtan style. That's next. Hi everybody, my name is Kim Nguyen and welcome into my channel. I am the American woman who's going to be doing a review for you today for BTS's Airplane Part 2. So if you're new to my channel, I create videos mainly aimed at people who are new to BTS or the K-pop genre. So in each of my videos, I'm going to explain a little bit about the song and a little bit about the music so we can share some information together. And I welcome everybody who's new, and especially if you are ARMY. I'd love to have you guys come along with me through my journey with BTS. Now, BTS is Bangtan Soyeondan. They are a 7-member band from South Korea, and currently they are the biggest boy band in the world. BTS consists of 3 rappers and 4 vocalists. What's unique about BTS and what you will hear quite often with the BTS fandom called the ARMY, they describe BTS as being their own genre, and there's a good reason for that. The 7-member band did start out as a hip-hop inspired band. As the artists matured and growth, they've expanded their musical genres as well as fused musical genres together. One article said that BTS never let a single completely genre define them. They've always pushed their artistry further and further through new sounds. Now, since their musical roots started with the rap genre, they can technically be called hip-hop artists, but they're not afraid to venture out into other types of genres, such as mellow ballads, EDM, moonbantan, jazz, etc. In the album Love Yourself Tear, this is the perfect example of their artistry. They like to explore a wide range of music. One critic described the sound for Airplane Part 2 and the album. BTS surrounded themselves with a roster of in-demand producers from all over the world. For example, the starting track for this album, Intro Singularity, is the fruit of collaboration between British producer and songwriter Charlie J. Perry and RM. The American DJ and producer Steve Aoki continues with their song The Truth Untold, sung by the vocal lines that includes Jin, Jimin, V, and Jungkook, and also Grammy awarding producer DJ Swivel, who have worked with the Chainsmokers and Beyonce and Jay-Z, among others. He is the author of their EDM upbeat song called Magic Shop, alongside member Jungkook. So it seems like BTS may be serving an eclectic mix of different genres as part of their growth they develop as artists. They're being very active in the production process with producing and writing and sometimes directing their own music and music videos. So they surround themselves with both Korean as well as Western producers. And in 2018, they get to give their music sound on par with the latest trends. For example, like the fun Latin pop inspired Airplane Part 2, which is what we're going to take a look at today, and at the same time stay very faithful to their K-pop roots. Airplane Part 2 is a song by BTS. It was released on May 18th of 2018 and appears as the 8th track, a B-side track for their second studio album, Love Yourself Tear, and as the 3rd track of their CDB and second compilation album, Love Yourself Answer. The song also has a Japanese version that's featured on their 9th Japanese single, Fake Love / Airplane Part 2, and in their 4th Japanese studio album, Map of the Soul 7, The Journey. Speaking of the Japanese version called Fake Love / Airplane Part 2, it has the original version of Fake Love, Japanese versions of Fake Love and Airplane Part 2, and a remix of the latter. The group also shared a music video for Airplane Part 2. The music video is described as the boys singing and dancing the Latin pop-inspired single in a bar, also under the rain. The song also talks about the boys' hopes and dreams and their present lifestyle as global artists who are always on the road. It was written to celebrate the achievements of global reach of the band's influence. This particular Japanese album was originally titled Bird/Fake Love/Airplane Part 2. However, Big Hit decided to pull the single Bird from the collection due to the controversy surrounding the Japanese songwriter Yasushi Akamoto. Now, Bird features lyrics written by Akamoto. Fans protested the song on the basis that Akamoto is being accused of misogyny and on his political views regarding Japan's imperial history. At a press conference in 2018, J-Hope said this, quote, "Airplane Part 2 is an extension to Airplane from my mixtape. It is a Latin pop song and it was composed by Ali Temposi, who wrote Havana, and it was mixed by Jason Joshua, who was mixing engineer for Despacito, adding to the quality of the track. When I was working on my mixtape, I let producer Bang Si-yuk listen to Airplane, and he told me that the overall story of the song was good, and he suggested that we write about the same topic in BTS's album. So that's how we got to make Part 2. The songs are about our thoughts when we are at the hotel and on the airplane during the world tour. You can feel BTS's unique swag through the song." J-Hope further added, quote, "You asked the reason for choosing Latin pop for Airplane Part 2. To be honest, BTS listens to a lot of different music, and we are interested in Latin pop. So we said that'd be fun to make it BTS style. Latin pop is a trendy genre these days. The Latin Vibe track is a follow-up from J-Hope's Hope World mixtape. When asked by Billboard magazine if there was a specific song that this was inspired by, BTS leader RM replied, quote, "We listen to a lot of, I don't want to mention specific genre, but Latin pop like Havana, or it could be Despacito. So we got inspired by a lot of Latin songs." The overall reception of the song was positive among the critics. For example, one critic said, quote, "Airplane Part 2 has an addictive hook that is perfect for the summer months." Another critic echoed these sentiments, additionally characterizing the song as, quote, "catchy and current, a dreamy analog for the pop star life," and praising, quote, "But to watch BTS perform the song is to watch 7 idols in full command of their artistry, where every subtle movement is part of a larger story." Airplane Part 2 is described as a Latin pop inspired song with lyrics about BTS members talk about how far they've come from wishing to succeed to being able to travel around the world singing their music. One of the co-writers, Ali Temposi, stated that she wanted Airplane Part 2 to have a similar feel to Havana. Now, some other notable credits given here. All 3 of our rappers, RM, Suga, and J-Hope, are also noted as producers in here. Besides Ali Temposi, you also have Roman Campolo. He is a producer. There are in-house producers such as P-Dog and Hitman Bang. You also have Jungkook and Adora, who is the one and only female producer at the time. Adora lending their voices to the chorus. And I've talked about Adora in the past in my 134340, i.e. Pluto reactions. So if you get a chance, check that out. At the time, she was their first and only female producer, and she lends her voice to many of BTS's songs, and this is one of them. For the Love Yourself Tear album, Airplane Part 2 was promoted on various music shows alongside with the title track Fake Love. It was also performed on the Ellen DeGeneres show on May 25th of 2018, and in December of that year, the song was also performed on the 2018 Melon Music Awards in Seoul, as well as the 2018 Mnet Asian Music Awards in Hong Kong. Upon the release of the Korean version of the song, that sold more than 10,000 copies in the United States. Both Fake Love and Airplane Part 2 were originally released in May on the group's Billboard 200 chart-topping album Love Yourself Tear. Fake Love became BTS's first ever top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 when it debuted at number 10 on the chart dated June 2nd. With Airplane Part 2, El Mariachi continuously appears throughout Airplane Part 2. Now, El Mariachi is a film about a wandering musician who sings romance, but nobody cared. Despite the apathy, the musician steadily continued his music, and it somehow reminded old days of BTS. Their lyrics, quote, "Wherever in the world I will sing," clearly defines what El Mariachi conveys in the song. Now, I did watch the behind the scenes video shooting for this, and according to the members, such as Jin, he said, quote, "The choreography is simple too. I'm glad it's not intense as Fake Love was." There's a line, quote, "We'll go anywhere in the world to sing." I think it was very well written. I like this line, and most because it encapsulates our thoughts really well. According to J-Hope, when he was talking about the set design production, quote, "The vibe says it all. So cool. It's nice to be able to dance in such a stylish bar. The lyrics are filled with Japanese rap. It will satisfy both your eyes and ears." Suga said this about the music video concept. "It has a South American vibe to it. Because the song has a Latin feel to it, we chose the set and outfits to match the mood of the song." He further said, "We've always recorded a Japanese version of the Korean lead song, but this time it's different." Now, we can't talk about the music video without the amazing choreography that we'll be seeing here. Now, you want to know who's behind the amazing dance moves in this video? The credit goes to Riheda. And I hope I pronounce her name correctly, but she's choreographed more than one of BTS's music videos. So she's actually a hip hop dancer and choreographer by background that is Japanese based. I'm not going to go deep diving into her because I'm going to save her to talk about when I do the dance practice and go a little bit more deep dive. Okay, so stay tuned for that. So if you haven't had a chance to watch the music video, I highly recommend that you go ahead and do that first, then come back here and take a look at my reaction. I'm going to make a lot of pauses as I give my input, okay? So with that said, let's get started. Beautiful. Look at that light. Okay, Swaggy V. Oh, there's Jimin at the piano. Ooh, nice bar. Hello, Jungkook. Love the vibe. Oh, hello, Jimin. Did you see him? STV. STV. SAV. Okay, I'm gonna stop it here. So much to see. Oh my God, I'm loving the vibe. We will go back. I'm gonna go through this the first round and then we're gonna go back. But if you can see, take a look at the beautiful lighting that's coming through when V was walking in, all swag like, look at that. This is actually a studio that they filmed this in because I watched the behind the scenes. But that backlight, and it gives you that sepia type of coloring, very similar to, I just got done doing Just One Day, very similar color palette, very neutral, very soft, very relaxing. But then you get that Latin beat going in there and it's just awesome. And then V just walking in like all swag like, this is how I walk into the bar. And then, I don't know if you noticed, they did a quick pan by camera work of one of the members, and that was Jimin at the piano there. Loving the piano. There's Jimin right there. Jimin's look like, you gonna buy me a drink? And of course, we have our young golden maknae Jungkook, the youngest, waiting there at the bar. Look at this spectacular bar. Oh my goodness. And the arches and everything. When I first heard the melody and took a look at this environment, I'm gonna be honest, if I didn't do all my research and know that was Latin based, I thought they were somewhere in like, okay, I'm gonna date myself, like Morocco. I was getting Moroccan vibe. For some reason, the classic movie called Casablanca, I don't know if some of you are maybe too young to even know about that, but that was the image that was coming up to me. And I don't know if you noticed, but the very beginning, You hear this female voice like echoing in the background, almost shouting out like a number. Now, some army was saying that she was actually shouting in Spanish, uno, dos, tres, like counting down in Spanish, and that's actually Adora's voice. That is a female voice, okay? Listen to it again in the background. It's the hidden back vocals. That microphone, it reminds me of like from the 1950s that they did. And look at Jungkook's hair, kind of like a strawberry blonde hair. At least this is what's showing me. And look at Jimin. Did you see Jimin like doing his body rolls? No, he doesn't walk normally up to the mic. No. Jimin has to do body rolls as he goes up to the mic. Loving his ruffly blouse. Loving their outfits. This fits the video so great. The neutral color palette. Get it, Jimin. Hello, Angel. And then zooming in on B 3 times. You're the star, B. Oh, hello, Boo. And worldwide handsome. Yes, babe. Oh my god. Okay. That was amazing. I love that duel. You hear Angel voice. That was, oh my god, let me go back. Oldest member is Jin. He's on the left. He is one of the vocalists. He sings amazingly at the high ranges. And then you have the deep baritone voice of rapper with RM, my bias. The blend is beautiful and it works so well. You know, somebody who's very light and clear with his vocal tones. And then you have a rougher, deeper, a heavier bass with RM. And the way they're playing with the microphone, I love the choreography, how they're playing back and forth. And Jin killing it with wee. He has killed it in another song that I saw with the vocal line called House of Cards. And he just has to sing 1 or 2 words and that was it. And the transitions to RM, I have to speak about this. Watch this. That transition to RM with the beat that was happening, it slides up to him and he looks up. That was a great transition. And then we have the parties in the back. They're getting down in the back behind them. I would love to have backup dancers like that. Are you kidding me? Okay, look at this scene. Yes, K-pop daddy. I will meet you there after work. In my dreams, okay? Oh my god. If he sat like that in a bar, I would die. I would just die, okay? Oh, you need to stay back. You're getting too close, RM. Hey! 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 Woo! Love that. Oh, okay. We need to play back that sequence. That was amazing choreography. Okay, let me play that back. That was really fast. Here we go. Hey. Love this part. Okay, look at the light changes. Love that. Oh, Michael Jackson move. Hello. I'll go back. Love the solo shots with that ray of light coming in the back. It's beautiful. Yes, nice look. Oh, Bias record, J-Ho. Get it, J-Ho. Get it, J-Hope. Sugar and Jimin. He's so swag. Nice flash of light there, transition. Oh, Jin did it this time. Oh my gosh, this is where they're gonna get wet. Why do they have to get BTS wet? Here we go. Let's go. I never knew I needed a wet Jin. That swag walk. I want to go back and review some of this, okay? Their fashion is soft and flowy. Look at V's top. It's just very cool, and it matches the vibe of the Latin feel here. You know, the vocal singing between the two singers here, a singer and a rapper, like that calm response with Jin singing "We Still" and RM going in with his rap verses at a faster pace, a little bit faster tempo. And I love the exchange happening here. Great choreography. They got their own little segment. They're on their own little stage with sort of like this beam of light, soft light coming down at the top there. Very nicely done. Nice transition. Look at them jamming in the back there. RM, you see the vocals here? He's saying his name on this. He's saying, "Who am I today?" They're questioning their identity also now as their stardom has risen so high, their fame and popular have spread so far. It says, "Who am I today?" Kim Namjoon, which is his real name, or RM, his stage name. Oh my god, this man. Oh my god, stay back. Close RM. My favorite dance right here. Look at that, they cleared the floor for BTS. Love this part. Look at the light. Okay, you notice the transition? Okay, you see this color tone is what we see most of the video. It's that soft, neutral palette, sepia type of color against a light green, and then you got the neutral earth tone type of coloring. But then they flash it, I call it the light version. Then they flash it to the darker version right here. Notice now it almost seems like a singular window, whereas the other version had multiple windows, with that light coming in almost like a foggy, dreamy like state, and almost like an amberish tone, a little bit darker tone, right, with one light source in the center there. It's just beautifully, beautifully done. Here's multiple windows with different lights. Almost like a daytime, nighttime. Choreography is sick. Did you see? Okay, that was a Michael Jackson move. Look at the footwork as they turn. They do this little kick. Okay, watch this. Let me play back as they do their sequence. Okay, right here. Awesome footwork, Michael Jackson. Love the slap. Love the slap. Yes, JK turnaround, so effective. And like J-Hope killing it on the bar. And notice the bar. Okay, first of all, I can watch J-Hope dance on a bar any day. I will be there front and center. He's my bias wrecker, okay? And notice this time, the bar at the very beginning, it was very neutral. The brown wood in the bar, and now it's lighted up. Like a light reddish tint to it, almost like nightlight feel. And then J-Hope with his loafers dancing like he's owns the bar, okay? Close up with his loafers. Yes. And the these three coming in. This is the dance line. The only one missing is Jimin. V was killing it. Let me see V. Come on, V. Watch V. They all killed it, but they was just like, okay, now this type of, you probably don't notice this, but when they were swinging from one group to another, SJ Hope joined the other group for the dance, and that is RM and Jin. They do this a lot in many of their videos. They kind of use one singular room instead of transitioning from another scene set to another set. They kind of go circular in the room. Now they've done that in their dope music video that you'll see the transitions. They just basically turn the camera around in almost like a 180 or 360, okay? They also did that in Mic Drop. I've seen them use this camera technique in several of their music videos already as transitions. It's really, especially in their choreography, which is really nice. Right there, transition to the next group. And this one right here, these two complementary to Jin and RM in the very beginning. You have a high tenor, and then you have the rapper. Here you have Jimin, who does almost like a very rhythmic, almost a monotone type of sound, and then you have Suga coming in with a faster tempo, very similar to how RM did it with Jin, okay? And Suga doing his swag walk through the hallway here. Oh my god. Okay, do you see that light? Do you see that beam of light coming through? They're using light as transitions. Just beautifully done. Watch this lens light flare coming down. Right here. Right there. Right there. Beautifully done, okay? Can I just tell you, whether it's Jin or Jungkook doing it, I love that part. Another flash of light. So look at him. Wet or dry, I'll take them both. Listen to the harmony. Love it. The flute. The guitar, nice ending. Very dramatic. Again, they pull in and then it's a slowly pull out. Beautiful. I love the fact that BTS is not afraid to experiment with all the different genres. Yes, they started out as a hip hop group, but they experimented. One of the first songs that I fell in love with was actually a rock inspired song, and that was Danger. And then from there, it went to like jazz with Pluto, and then EDM with Mic Drop, and then they went to the ballads, and then American pop, disco. It's like the genre is never ending. And I'm so glad that BTS are artists who aren't afraid to go outside of the boundaries of the K-pop world. They can no longer be called K-pop, and I really agree with the ARMY that they are their own genre, and they're defining their own genre and not letting people define who they are as a group, and I love that about them. I hope you enjoy my reaction. If you do, please give this a like, and if you want to, go ahead and check out all of my other music video reactions. Would love to get your feedback and see what you guys think about them, and until next time, I hope everyone takes care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
We're going from LA, Chicago, New York to Brazil.